Hey everyone, it's Hazel West, and I'm back with my February wrap up. In February, I got to read 8 books, which I think is the same I read in January. I can't remember now. But I had a really good reading month. I read quite a few really good books. Most of them were new releases, so I was pretty happy with that. Um, anyway, so I'll just get into it. The first book I picked up was A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. Now, anyone who follows me knows that I really do not usually read contemporary, but this one, the funny thing is like this one was not hyped a lot beforehand, um, but once it came out and a lot of booktubers and just book bloggers were reading it, like everyone really liked it, and I loved this book. Like I literally cannot even put into words how much I love this book. And that's coming from someone who does not read contemporary. But this is why I loved it. So a breakdown of the story is that it's about two main characters. One of them is I can't believe I don't remember their names. Okay, so we have Adam and Julian. So Adam is he is a senior in high school, I believe, and he has ADHD. So he's kind of like the class clown, and he's just a really, really nice person to everyone. Like, he loves people. Um, and anyway, so one day at school, he sees Julian, and Julian had been his foster brother at one point because Julian's parents were killed, I think, in a car accident when he was really young, and Adam's mother takes in foster kids sometimes. So he was given to them to take care of until his uncle showed up and took custody of Julian. So um, when Adam sees him, he he's like, well, he knows something's wrong, but he's not quite sure what. So essentially, the whole story is just about their friendship, which is really more like a older brother, younger brother relationship. And it was just so beautiful. Like, this whole book, this is actually just a decent book. Like, I loved the characters and the friendships they had, and all of Adam's friends, and the way they interacted with Julian was just so sweet and so endearing because they all treated him and adopted him like he was their little brother. Um, and it was just, I don't know, I can't say enough about this book. I'm definitely working on a really, like, a long review to talk about everything I really loved about it. So, eventually once I get that written, I will post that into the link below. But long story short, this book literally restored my faith in humanity as far as like literary contemporary fiction and just genuinely fiction in general right now. Just because took the themes it um the themes in the book, the way they were handled was just, in my opinion, really, really well because it didn't sugarcoat it, but it didn't necessarily it didn't, like, it wasn't gratuitous either. And what I also really loved about this book was that it was not pretending to be anything that it wasn't. Like, it's not a diverse read, even though I personally think it is, because it's so different than any of the other books that are out there. Um, because of what it is. Because we never get books about brotherly relationships, and that's, to me, why it's a diverse read. Um, but anyway, 5 out of 5 stars, definitely. I just love this book so much, and I'm actually probably going to be rereading it within the next couple months, just because I just need more of this in my life. So, I got off to a really good start this month. After that, I picked up The Edge of Everything by Jeff Giles, or Giles, however you pronounce that. This was one that I don't know, I got an email, one of the emails from either Barnes & Noble or something about new releases that I may like. I saw this one, I was like, it sounded really, really good. So I picked it up from the library. And it's not terrible. I did enjoy it. I think this is a debut novel. At least it's the author's first, like, young adult or fiction novel. Because I think he wrote other books. But, or he was like a magazine, I don't know, or nonfiction writer. But anyway, so The Edge of Everything is essentially, it's set, like, up in Montana, and it's about a girl and her brother who, their father died in, like, a cave hunting accident. Cave hunting, not cave hunting. It's spelunking, but they don't call it spelunking. They call it some, like, new age, like, hippie, or, excuse me, hipster thing. So, I don't remember what it is, but I don't care. Anyway, so the protagonist, what's her name? It's Zoe, I don't, whatever. Anyway, she and her brother are, like, left home during a blizzard while her mom is stuck in town. And, they chase the dogs out into the woods, and they come across this old, like, this serial killer guy who has been, like, killing people around the area. And he's about to kill them when this other young hot guy shows up and, like, takes him out. Or doesn't take him out, because that was the whole point of this plot. So anyway, and so apparently this guy is, like, from the underworld. I think there's some name for it in this book, but I'm not entirely positive. It's been a while since I read this now. But so, yeah, just is typical in young adult literature. He's gonna come back with her and be all, like, angsty, and then eventually they fall in love. And she called him X because apparently he didn't have a name. But anyway, so, not that this book was bad. It wasn't the best book I've read either. To me, it was just generic young adult, like, urban fantasy. I didn't hate the characters. In fact, I really liked X a lot. And he didn't suffer from, like, that really brooding young adult hero either. He was actually kind of adorable and awkward because he didn't know, like, a lot of, like, human interactive things, so he was kind of just learning that, and it was kind of cute. Zoe wasn't even bad either. Like, she could have been a lot worse. She kind of annoyed me, but I think a lot of what she did, and she was a good older sister, which I always respect, because a lot of, like, books have elder siblings be like, I couldn't care less. And that's always important to me. But anyway, like, I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't great. I'm kind of interested to see where this series goes, because, like, I have a feeling, like, the series may get better as it progresses, because this one just felt like the author really didn't know what he was doing, so he kind of just, like, put in all the YA tropes. And he's one of those authors who is just not really good at writing teenagers. He, like, writes them how he thinks they should be, I think. Like, I don't know if he has daughters or anything, but I'm probably gonna guess not. Just because, I don't know. Or maybe he does, and that's the problem. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I am interested to see where this series goes. But this one, not really my favorite book of all. After that, I picked up Wrath of the Storm by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This is the 3rd book in the Praetor War series, or Mark of the Thief trilogy. Anyway, this is the last final book of this trilogy, and this was the buddy read I did with my friend Mara for the month of February, and I will link her wrap-up video down below so you can see what she thought about this too. But anyway, we both really ended up loving this. I always think, like, Jennifer Nielsen's books progressively get better, and so this, just like the False Prince trilogy, this was very much the same. Is that, like, the last book was pretty much my favorite. I just really enjoyed it. I loved Nick. I loved his character so much, and just seeing how he's grown from the first book. And it was just like, yeah, I really, really did enjoy this. Um, I'm trying to remember the girl's name because I'm just so terrible at remembering any. Oh, yeah, Aurelia. I'm just so terrible at remembering any characters' names. But anyway, so Aurelia and his relationship, I just loved even more in this. It's kind of funny because, like, I just. There's something about the way Jennifer Nielsen writes, just romantic kind of relationships that is just so beautiful, but it's so subtle, and I think the subtlety is what makes it beautiful because it's not overt at all. It's literally it's based around friendship, and that's the best kind of romance in my opinion. Or at least that's my favorite. But yeah, I can't really say a lot about the plot because it's a third book and you should have read the other ones, but you will not be disappointed in this. And there was like this huge scare at the end that just like about killed me. But that just made it better. Anyway, I really enjoyed it, so I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. After that, I picked up Demon Road by Derek Landy, the first book in the Demon Road trilogy. Now, this is a disclaimer, so when by the time I'm filming this video, I have already read the second one and I quit the series. But I'm gonna try to give you my unbiased opinion on the first one because I did genuinely like this. And I'll talk about the second one in my March wrap up. So anyway, this is the same author who wrote the Skullduggery Pleasant books, which if you watched last month's video, no, this is like one of my favorite new series. This one sounded really good. It kind of sounded like I don't know, kind of like a good urban fantasy, kind of like supernatural, and so I'm like, okay, well I gotta pick this up. And it was like I really do like it. I love road trip stories, and but I can never find any that are actually good because they're all like blah teenagers and just like blah finding yourself. And that's not what road tripping's about. Road tripping is about the adventure. So this one was about like road tripping on the Black Roads or the Demon Road as they call it in the book, which is kind of like it's kind of like I don't know how really to describe it. It's like Lee lines and like it's just I don't know that kind of stuff. Um, but so anyway, essentially, the plot is about this girl named Amber who finds out that her parents made like a contract with demons that they would be powerful and essentially they would turn into demons, which is what happens when you make deals with demons in this universe. And so like, but the disclaimer is that you have to eat your own children. But it also like the children also turn into demons, and so Amber finds out that she has these powers, and so she runs away when her parents try to eat her, because who wouldn't? But anyway, so she gets help and she meets up with this guy Milo, who is one of my favorite characters in this book. He is a well, you're not really sure what he is, but he is like he's been on the Black Roads for a long time, and he has this car which is a 1970 Charger, and they have like this connection, like, and it's I love it. I don't know why that was just like my favorite part of this whole book. Um, there was not nearly enough about that, but anyway, um, so then they go like on this road trip and to escape her parents, and they meet up with like undead serial killers and monsters and all that kind of stuff, vampires. So it was really pretty cool, and I did enjoy the first book. But yeah, I'm quitting the series after the second one. But anyway, so this one though, like unbiased, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it, but yeah, I'll get into that next month. Then I picked up Heart of the Storm by Michael Buckley. This is the third book in the Undertow trilogy, and final book. So yeah, I read a lot of new releases and final books this month. But anyway, so this was just literally the continuation of, what was the second one called? I don't remember. Oh, it's Raging Sea. It's on the back. And so this was just the end of the trilogy. I can't really tell you much about it. I did like it though. Um, I don't know. I'd kind of like to do a written review on this one because I kind of want to go into detail. I did like it. Um, I I don't I don't know. I didn't necessarily have problems with it. It just seemed kind of, there were some things that I was like, nah, I probably would have done it differently. But I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good conclusion to the story. It seemed like just, I don't know. It seemed a little anticlimactic. But that's really the only complaint I have. I gave this one still like 4 to 5 stars. I haven't liked either of these as much as the first one because I felt that was the most impactful one. But anyway, yeah, it wasn't bad though, and I'm 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 pleased with the trilogy as a whole, and I think it was good. I still enjoyed the characters a lot. After that, I picked up the third Skullduggery Pleasant book. This is the Faceless Ones by Derek Landy. I pretty much have the same opinion of this one as the others. I really enjoyed it. They're just really fun, quick reads. And this one ended on like a super cliffhanger, so I am still waiting for the fourth book to get to me. And so I'm like waiting for it. But anyway, I think I gave this one either 4 or 5 stars. I'm not sure. No, we'll go 4.5. I don't think this was. I did really enjoy this one. I think I may have liked the previous one better. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. They're all really pretty much similar, to be honest. But they're still good. I enjoy them. And after that, I picked up Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which is the third and final book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. And this thing is literally huge. Like, look at it. It is just, it's like over 600 pages. It's a brick. But, okay, so this is another one that I'm like, I mean, I can't hate a Victoria Schwab book. It was so, so good, and I was so happy with the way it ended. It was just amazing. Like, I love the way she describes, magical fights. Because they're just so, it's so vivid, and I can picture it so well in my head. And it does not disappoint in this one. Like, the first one didn't have a lot of that, but the second one with, like, the whole, tournament thing was so amazing. But this one is all, like, fighty magic, so it was just, oh man, it was so, so good. And the whole epic battle at the end was just amazing. So, this one, Kel, I still love, obviously. Lila is just such an awesome character. This one really, really amped up my appreciation of Holland as a character. And just, oh, I felt so, so bad for him. You get to know some of his backstory, and it's just, I just wanted to wrap him in a blanket and give him some hot chocolate because he needs that. Not that he'd probably appreciate it, but really, he needs it. So I really was like, I've always kind of felt sorry for Holland, to be honest, because he just really got the bottom of the barrel here in this universe, but, yeah, I definitely felt even more sorry for him after hearing, like, what his actual backstory was like. I can't really fault him for what he did. But anyway, so I loved the kind of weird, like, frenemy relationship that he had to form with Kel and Lila in this one. It just made me laugh. But anyway, yeah, all the snark. But yeah, so anyway, the only thing I have a complaint with is I was done with, I didn't, obviously, I just, Ryan Alucard's relationship, just no, thank you. That was just too much. Plus, it's kind of just, ugh, never mind. But there was just too much of that. I'm like, I could have done with like none or half of that. Thank you. But apart from that, and that actually knocked a star off for me, just saying. So I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. But apart from that, it's a 5 out of 5 star book. So yeah, anyway, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what she comes up with next because her books are always so awesome. And finally, I picked up Wires and Nerve. This is the first volume of the Lunar Chronicles graphic novel series by Marissa Mayer, obviously, and the illustration is by Doug Holgate. This I really love this, and I'm so happy I picked it up. The Lunar Chronicles makes a fantastic graphic novel series. I really, really enjoyed the way, and plus it's written by Marissa Mayer, so it still has like all the real characters and how they're supposed to act, and it's not like a spin-off series someone else did. So it was really fun. I enjoyed having Aiko as the main character because I really enjoyed her from the series, and it's just, I don't know, I just really liked what they did with this one, and the artwork is really nice too. And I'm so happy that she's writing more stories, but in kind of a fun way, because, like, while the books are done, essentially, like, there's still a lot that can happen in the universe. So, this is actually a really great idea, I think. And I was very pleased with it. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to see where the next one goes. So that was my wrap up for February. And I'm going to have a book haul soon, and hopefully I'm going to do kind of an announcement at some point for something that I'm kind of trying to set up. We'll see how it goes. I may just do the announcement on my blog, but if I will link it into the description anyway, so but anyway, so I'll see you at the book haul, and I hope you all had a great reading month for February. Bye.